Gonna have another shave off today. I've got two Sheffield made razors, quite sort of largish, definitely on the weight scale. I've got this Reed and Elvidge warranted Sheffield made. It's a proper old fashioned kind of wedge. It comes to me in right good condition. I've only really sort of polished it and honed it basically. It sits lovely on the stones. Always like it when I get a nice wedge that sits nice on the stones, because that's not always the case. Some of them can be right old buggers and you really have to kind of manipulate the spine to the edge technique and roll your wrists and whatnot. Yeah, it's a nice one though, man. It's a genuine wedge. I wouldn't even call that near wedge. And then I've got this Joseph Elliott's Best Silver, the celebrated King William razor. Right, I've had this razor for bloody ages. It's got my custom horn scales on it with some nice kind of like, well, bullseye sort of collars and whatnot. It comes to me in quite a bad way, to be fair. Still got some quite sort of bad pitting down here and that, but it don't bother me. This is one of my keepers for a while for sure. Basically, it's been a right bugger to home because the heel just didn't want to play ball, and it kept on just sort of basically sitting off of the stones. You know, you could put pressure on it and then it'd meet it, but I don't like doing that because then you end up sort of wrecking the rest of the bevel. Sorry. But it's a nice old-fashioned proper hollow ground, you know what I mean? You've got to bear in mind this was made probably before the hex machine and everything, so you know it's a real old hollow ground that wouldn't have been done on the old hex machine, I imagine. It's got quite a bit of a belly on it for a Sheffield, I must say. They don't normally have that kind of sort of belly on them. Well, I say usually, of course some of them do, but and it's got a nice little toe as well. It's got some nice sort of like grinding sort of angles on there. Yeah, it's been a right bug. I've had that for ages. I did refer to it in my last video saying about how sometimes you get sort of razors that look like they're doing okay, and then you get it to the 5,000 they really show themselves that they're kind of just not. We're shaving with the old Cello Almond today, the original. Oh no, sorry, no, Cello Aloe Vera today actually, sorry, yeah. Got a nice smell to it. I prefer the almond one if I'm going to be picky, but nevertheless, they're both kind of wonderful soaps. Got a little hair in there, that bugs me. Get that out. I'm going to be using the old BIFL 12, I'll get it out, I will, listen. BLK 12S Silver Text. Good old brush, bit big. I just stuck with it really. I'm not really into my brushes. Obviously I like a good brush. This seems like a good brush. You know, I've had a lot of badger brushes over the years, and I've had a lot of bristle brushes, and they kind of didn't really beat the feel of this, so I've always just moved them on. I've tried plenty. I know I've got one coming for my birthday though, so that's another synthetic. So we give that a whirl. So I have two brushes then, because I checked out all the reviews and it seems like it's a good old brush. Right, not so much rush this, but we're going to do a quick shave today. I really like Joseph Elliott steel. I've had lots of Joseph Elliott's razors over the years, and you can damn near tell that he used a lot of Swedish kind of ore at least. And he must have been one of the ones, you know, that imported a lot, because he was one of the big old razor makers back in the day. And they're all mates with each other, you see. Just like in Sweden, you know, they all worked in cahoot. Even though they were in competition, they still worked in cahoot, and it was exactly the same in Sheffield. Might have been a little bit fiercer in Sheffield because the industry was just so much bigger. But the big boys, you know, worked into cahoot to freeze out all the young upstarts basically, and you know, it still goes on now, doesn't it? Go on about monopoly laws. Monopoly laws are only there to keep people from taking the monopoly from the big boys, really. You're a fool if you don't realise that. It always lavers up quite thick, I find, the old setup. Not that's a bad thing, just add a bit of water. I'm 3 days into my fasting now. Everything's fine. Got got a slight headache yesterday, but that's quite common when you start doing the once a day. It's called OMAD, 1 meal a day, yeah, fasting. And if anybody wants to ever know about that, I'm not saying an expert or anything, but I've been fasting for a long time now, and I know quite a bit. Don't rush into it kind of thing, especially if you're nearly diabetic or whatever. You know, a few things to sort of practice beforehand and whatnot. Or go see your doctor, but you don't need none of that, you just sort of do things. Right, I'm going to shave with this Reed and Elvidge, warranted. Like I said, it sat lovely on the stones. And that is like butter, boys. It's like butter on the face. Hardly makes a noise. All my hair gone. Always amazes me. Yeah, it's nearly buttery smooth, baby smooth on the skin. Sorry about the background noise. Got the toilet hole filling up now, got the old tap running. Oh dear, I've still got a sore intercostal muscle, so when I take a deep breath I get a bit of wind seat. But it's better than it was yesterday, that's a good sign, because I'll tell you what, that was bloody painful. Yeah, it's nice. First pass, nice. It's got old lead wedge, that one has. Couldn't really tell you how old it is, but it's definitely over 120-year-old. I'll have to check out the company before I list it a little bit, because I don't think I've ever come across a Reed and Elvidge before, so hopefully I can find sort of like the dates from start to finish. But lovely steel. Nice mirror finish on it. It's lovely. Just a nice razor, man. There's the actual profile of the wedge if I can try and get it for you. Nice old thing. Well, he is open, eh? He is open with a Joseph Elliott. Let's hope I've got it somewhere in here. Yeah, it's really audible. I thought it was going to be quite audible. It's got quite a wide bevel. Let's check that heel. Clean that off so I can see it a bit better. Down my left side, it's like I can't even see right. It's not my eyesight, it's my brain. Yeah, she's alright. She could do with a little tiny bit more though. I might sort of, I've been meaning to do the old, like a wide paddle strop with some compounds, and I've got some more diamond paste coming from Hong Kong. I use that THK I use, my diamond paste. It seems reasonable, they seem consistent, it goes on the strops nice, so. It's not tugging at all, but it feels like it could be a little bit better, if you know what I mean. So like I said, I'll try that on the old paste when I get it. I'm gonna do 3 wide paste paddle strops, so I can just experiment a little bit with paste and strops, because it's that I've never done. And I've had a few people ask me as well, so. I don't like passing on information that I ain't tried myself, really. I'm going to try 1 micron, half a micron and 0.25 micron. I often use the 0.5 and the 0.225 a little tiny bit. I've got this like what they call like one of them adjustable tension strops that's quite narrow, and I always just put a few laps after the stones on them just to take any sort of jagged edges off, microscopic ones that I don't want on there, help align the teeth. I don't feel it improves the edge. I think it just gets the edge better quicker, and you know, I'm about reliability and a bit of speed. Yeah. First pass, I'd say the wedge is just about nicked it. Just about. It's very close though. Both very close shaves. We'll do the against the grain now. ATG. I've had some more lava catches in this week as well. I've had the original safety razor, is it Camfi Brothers? One of the really old ones as well, 1987 it was first patented, and the run was 1987 to 1902. Did I say 1887? Anyway, yes, 1887 I didn't. And it's come up lovely. I had 3 blades with it, and they've all come up great, I think anyway. And what I've done with them, I've experimented with my J&AT, so I've kind of like roughly set the bevel with a 1000 Shapton. Then I've refined the bevel on the 2000, because sometimes microscopically the 2000, I mean the 1000's a bit rough on the old edge, but Shaptons are known for that. And then I've used the Japanese one to go through my Nagura, so I've got 2 different grades in Naguras. I'm not going to be offensive and try and say them, but and then obviously no slurry whatsoever. So it's gone through three phases on my J&AT, and I've got a lovely frosted edge. So I'll be showing them soon. Yeah, it's nice. It's not as smooth as the wedge I had the other day, or at least the near wedge. What was that? That was J.A. Hellberg. Not quite as smooth as that, but still smooth. Nice shave. Just took a lovely even bevel on it. You probably won't be able to pick it up on there, but I don't know, there you go. Quite a little bevel for a wedge really. Lovely even one. Both sides. Nice razor. Right, let's freshen that up a little bit. Otherwise she won't glide. So my one complaint of this old seller, definitely, like, you know, well, I'll say definitely, on me, seems to dry out a little bit quick for my liking. But then I am chops in a bit, and if you're just doing this on your Todd. Now, let me sort my bloody toilet out. That's that button, man. Blub blub. Dodgy button. Modern improvements on the toilet, eh? Yeah, they just fail. Makes a nice sound, the old Elliott. Yeah, a bit of juice on it. Oh, I nearly broke the golden rule then, I went a bit diagonally. Get that razor down, jab my face with it. It can happen. I actually made these scales and put them on this razor at the same time as I did my weighed and butchers for barber's use, so you can tell how long I've had this, and I already had that way before I had that weighed and butcher. It's been a bugger to comb. A lot of hours have gone into it anyway, put that one. But I've saved it, and that's the main thing. It's over 150 years old if you go off of the etching on it. Right. Yeah, the wedge has definitely won again. That's this week. That's 2-0 to the wedges, or the near wedge. There's not much in it. Yeah, it's just a tiny bit there. My problem spots, as I call them. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you. I've got to go getting ready. Got to do lunch and stuff. Prep to go out. Hope you've had a good day. See you later.